And when are you going to get in their ear about potentially bringing a card to Australia, right? Because like, I mean, it's got to kind of suck, right? In a sense that I kind of feel like you're on the back foot every single time because you got to travel, right? You got the jet lag. I mean, to a degree, even if the card's here, I mean, when UFC come here, for instance, like fighters are fighting at 6 a.m. in the morning. So I kind of feel like we have the raw end of the deal anyway, right? It's kind of like, yes, we're doing it on your turf, but it's at 6 a.m. in the morning, so we're on American time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, do you think, because I know that they do their European cards, but do you think Bellator will ever, I guess, venture into our market?
I definitely think so, especially they're obviously trying to push more Australians. I mean, they signed Beck Rolling, and Arlene obviously is one of their bigger faces, especially. And so I remember my very first fight was in San Jose, and I was lucky enough that Scott was there. And so obviously straight away my first thing was, let's do this in Sydney one day. And I guess I didn't have that much pull because I hadn't even fought yet because this was at weigh-ins. But you know, I really do think it's something that they're going to consider. Obviously at the moment there's way too many hurdles and it's not something that's realistic within the near future. But I would definitely say eventually, especially hopefully Sydney. And it's something that I've said as well. I was like, I always would have guys for you to fill your cards with. I know you always have some locals on the prelims and that kind of thing. And I was like, that would be easy enough for us to do and for us to connect a couple of guys, especially on the local scene. You wouldn't even have to watch the local scene or pay too much attention to it because all the information could come from, I'm sure, myself, Arlene, any of the guys that are involved. We've got a Kiwi on there as well. And so it kind of, I'm sure we kind of will get that exposure and we can use those guys and us bigger names, I guess, to pull some gate, not only gate, but pull some exposure to it, and it would really kind of make for a good show, man. The Aussie fans, nothing compares to the Australian New Zealand fans, like. And a
Bellator show is something to see. There's moments I've been to a few, and I have to say I really do dig their show. They're right fun, hey? with the screens behind you and the walkway and everything. I think they do a really, really good job. And as great as like when the UFC come, I just think it is a different show. I think the production value of Bellator is crazy. Like, you